All right, Encircle is a well, what could we call them at this point? So they were a new wave of traditional heavy metal slash speed metal band, much more in the sort of retro traditional speed metal side of things to start, and they eventually uh, changed some members and a vocalist, which really changed their style. So you could go back and listen to their, I think, self-titled first album, and you get a throwback speed metal album from 2015, and one that you would expect. It doesn't sound like fucking Enforcer, but it's um, even more traditional and straightforward in that sense. I think some of those members have gone on and started speed metal bands that are pretty good in that style too. Uh, on their second EP, which I reviewed very early in the life of the website, was much more traditional, slow, and song oriented heavy metal, and uh, more focused on clever hooks, integrating the new vocalist. And I liked it, but it really it just showed promise. It was, I think that's what I said. It was like there's a lot of power behind this music, and it's promising, and I'm really interested to see where they go next. And then they were basically, I guess they made this album until 2019, and then since then, it's just been a process of either waiting to put it out or having decided to just give up. Not so much give up, but they're done with this band. So Deeper comes after they've already decided that they're pretty much done with the band. They're gonna basically split up whenever they're ready to, or when they've finished their live obligations. Uh, so all right, we go from so this isn't like an Agent Steel styled speed metal record. We're not getting a throwback, backwards hat pizza mosh record. We're getting something closer to, um, I think I say, In Solitude's sister, in Deeper. It's their own thing. There just is a little bit of the post punk dramatism, some rock beats, um, and just catchier theatric vocal parts that really show how much the vocalist has improved, and just a level of well, they named the record Deeper for a reason because they've all sort of dug in and pulled more out of themselves for this record. It's such a passionate, like, involved heavy metal record that um, I can't imagine why they would split up after they produced this thing. I mean, I understand, circumstances, but it hit me right away that this was something dark, something definitely special, tuneful, memorable, and it flows together as one in one sitting to the point where I just couldn't stop. Like if I hit play on the first song, I had to finish the album because I it's like a really good book. You just don't want to put it down, and you should stop. You probably got other things to do, but you got to finish listening to the whole record. I know that's cheesy and kind of a cliche, but it's how I felt. From the first listen, I just kept coming back to this record. I'm still excited thinking about it because there's so many great songs in here that work so well in context and that stick in memory so well. Like I think I got this record um, 15 days ago or something like that, and I still have some of it stuck in my head, and I listen to music constantly. So that as in good as an endorsement as it gets with me is that this one really stuck. So the songs here that are catchy are going to be pretty obvious from the first listen. I think that 21st Century Tombstone sets the tone for the record. Serpent Sun is sort of an obvious catchy single, and 10,000 Years is the big payoff for where a lot of what they're doing is going. The actual title track, Deeper, is the real payoff, but maybe you'll have hit repeat on 10,000 Years about 5 times, and then you'll just let it go into the next song and realize that it was only going to get better. Anyway, yeah. Of course, I'm excited about this record. I think it's one of the better heavy metal records of the year. Um, I think the reason that I didn't give it the full 100% recommendation is because I recognize that this is It'll be easy for people to reduce it in mind down to something like the In Solitude comparison. It'll be this is a sort of passionate underground heavy metal record that I love, but I know that for general audiences, maybe they'll nitpick it or find the voice eccentric or something like that. I really see this as a very um, for me, it's a very important record from this year and a very sort of modern, introspective take on heavy metal that is just endlessly cool. And I really wish that they would um, release it on physical format. I mean, obviously, I would release that, but yeah, I just think that this is a band people should not ignore. I just have that much enthusiasm for it. So check it out if that sounds cool at all, and see if that's your thing.